back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be taking a look at how everything is stored back in the Cloud Storage box. So we did finally get this delivered, and I wasn't much to show off an unboxing because it's just a big empty box. So I just went ahead and packed all my stuff away. This is now holding everything there is for Cloudspire to my knowledge, and we're going to show off how I chose to fit everything in here. I don't know if this is the official way they thought everything would fit, but it's all in there. It seems to work, so we're good to go. Quick note is that your magnet for this is contained within the foam. So it's not inside the box anywhere because it would knock around. It is in a plastic bag, and then there's a cutout in the foam that surrounds this box, and it's taped. It's laid inside the cutout and then taped. So make sure you find this before you throw away the packing materials. Anyways, there is no magnet on here or up here like the trove chest. So it's just gonna have to live up here or somewhere else. And this just lifts straight up, similar to the trove chest. And if you want to see the backside, they give some credit, and it is decorated, and all sides of this box are decorated, but it is literally too heavy. I think when I finally get it off the table here, I'm gonna have to pull the drawers out, move the box onto the shelf, and then put the drawers back in, because this thing is monstrous. This is not a travel solution. This is a permanent storage solution. Okay, starting with our top tray here, we can pull these out. And this mainly houses, at least for me, all of the rule books. And so some of these are overkill. I probably don't need to have all of these in here, but this is literally all of them. All of the individual rule books for all the factions, the original rule book and rules reference. It's now kind of been replaced by the Harbinger expansion rule book, but they all fit in there, and you can see there's even a little bit of extra room. I can get about fingers width in there. There's also enough room to hold this, and keeping this in its little case, and there was enough room in the case for me to put the one lone thing that fit in with that came with the Harbinger expansion, and then the two deck boxes of cards are right here. So all the cards that are in the game are right there. So there is that lid. Then probably easily the biggest one here is, come on, pop off. There we go. Is this drawer here. So let's start in the back. I have on top all of the player aids and the faction aids, everything that's in, that nice thick, forget what, PVC paper and things like that. Below that, I have all of the large map tiles, and then below those, are all of the factions. I kind of have them centered there so that this has a nice steady surface to sit on. It's not going to lean, but as you can see, this is every piece of neoprene and everything like this, and there is actually plenty of room still left in here. That's not jammed in there. As we close the box a little further, we see that there are 3 of the faction token holders, or whatever you want to call that, and all of them you can see only fill up about this much of the sleeve, and then there is enough room to get all of the dice. And on top, even for the earlier factions, all had 3 dice, and even the 3 dice you can see fit in there on top. There's plenty of room. They're not smushed in there or anything like that, because there wasn't really a whole lot of room for the dice tray. So what I did, because the only remaining dice after I put all the faction dice in with their faction tubes, the only remaining dice were these Spire dice, and then that one lonely die that you roll at the beginning of each round. So this little guy here came with the box, but I already had this little guy that holds the little pegs. So this perfectly holds the Spire's fire dice here in it, you know, 6 of those right there. And then this one, which already had the little pegs in it, is where I just stuck that lonely blue die. And it fits perfectly, no problems. And you're always going to be pulling this out to get to these. And so, yeah, these 2 things are always going to be pulled out. They'll sit off to the side, and there you go. Pretty straightforward. All right, over here on this side is just the rest of the faction tubes. And here we'll pull it all the way out so you guys can see them as they go back in. There is everything. Everything has a nice big sticker on top that matches the kind of faction chip for randomization, things like that. All right, and then here on this side, this is the heaviest drawer by far. This is all of the chips. So as we pull this out here, these are the upgraded health chips. And then we have all of the landmark chips, as well as just a few of the market chips, as well as 2 of the thicker, I went ahead and got the thicker health and the 2 dice that go on everybody's things. So if you have just the regular ones, they're easily gonna fit. The thinner ones, they're easily gonna fit in there. But here's all of the Spire upgrades, along with, you know, there's 4 of the red upgraded health chips, and here's the 2 source chips there that match these 2 in this tray. And then in the back here, we have all the rest of the market chips. So 4 chip trays, pretty much filled to the max, fit in there just perfectly. But that, my friends, is a very, very heavy tray. And then last but not least is a very light tray, probably the lightest that we have, and that is containing the barracks. I think they're calling them the faction barracks. So these come with the cloud storage, just like the little tubes do. And these are just new, replacing the, you know, the just simple plastic ones. These are much hardier. They have a place for your pegs and things like that, your dice right here and things like that. So really nice, and that's all that's really in here. There's a little bit of space in between them if you had to stick something, but for now, that's just all that's going to be in there. So, and this is everything. I don't have these books in there, but these just sit on a bookshelf, and, you know, I think they're meant to do that. I have all of the solo scenarios and the like spiral bound books and the individual faction rule books in there in case I need them and forget my hardbound book. And then obviously the miniatures, Spire miniature set is not in here, but it never was meant to. So there you go. Again, I don't know if this was the official way to do it, but everything fit and seems to be logical in my opinion. And yeah, it works. The box is typical, you know, chip theory quality, really nicely done, full artwork all around, nice strong magnet here. This one, you know, has like the wings, and this is solid. I don't think this is gonna break anything anytime soon. So yeah, there we go. If you have any questions, let me know, but other than that, it seemed pretty straightforward to me. So hopefully this helps get you putting everything back in the box. Anyways, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.